Welcome to our video on best practices for presentations. Simplify, simplify, simplify. We need to rethink the intent of our message. Ask yourself, what are the most important ideas you want your audience to remember from this presentation? Does the content on the slide convey that information? Is all the information on this slide important to the content? So how do we redesign the presentation to match our new intended message? Always keep in mind, if it can be designed with fewer elements, then use no more. We are going to highlight 5 key elements to help us focus on the intended message and the redesign of the content. Repetition of concepts, visuals, and audio means better retention by your audience. Starting with key element number 1. Replace boring text and bullet points with symbols and images to convey a concept. Use only high-quality graphics. Let's look at before and after examples. This is our before PowerPoint slide with multiple bullet points. Not much visual stimulation at all, is there? The presenter reads each bullet point. Were you reading the bullet points along with me? Were you reading ahead of me, not really listening to my narration? This is our after slide, a more powerful visual. Does this invoke emotion? Will you remember this visual? Now the presenter can discuss the bulleted points with less distraction getting in the way of the message. Concepts are more easily recognized and better remembered if they are presented as pictures rather than as words. Key element number 2. Use large typeface, 30 and up is good. Choose easy to read fonts and use text effects. Simple changes in color, size, or location of text creates a nice contrast. Watch out for cutesy fonts, although sometimes they do make an impact. If you absolutely want to ensure that your cutesy font is maintained for all online users, you could create the text and save it as a graphic. Key element number 3. Limit the bullets, the text, and the transitions. This is our before example, a typical slide we are used to seeing. Rethink the content and decide what is the main idea you want to convey. Here's the after example, highlighting the single most important message to the audience. Don't let empty white space scare you into filling it up with stuff. Eliminate that noise and use asymmetrical balance for effect. Key element number 4. If possible, include a strong narrative or storytelling. Humans have communicated with stories from the very beginning. Tell the story by words, music, or art. Our intended message is, nothing comes to you, you have to get out there. Although this slide is okay, can we change the design slightly to give it a more storytelling feel? Sitting by the river, this man is remembering a story told to him by a colleague. Same basic content, but more visually appealing. Tell the story and let the audience discern the intended message on their own. Key element number 5. Embed video or audio to add more interest for your audience. Yes, as popular as Rocky Top is, Down the Field is actually UT's official fight song. Above all, remember that your slides should only enhance your presentation. They should not stand on their own without narration. The audience needs to hear your knowledge, your experience, your energy, your passion when conveying the intended message. Otherwise, why bother? We've reached the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed the ride.